Throughout the years, about 4 decades, I had a specific interest in historic automobiles. My dad was a car collector, and the first car that he got was in 1950, and that's when I fell in love with cars. Ultimately, I inherited 4 of these cars. We now have 65. I inherited 4 of these cars, but mainly I inherited the passion and the interest from him. I was not that wealthy a guy. Admittedly, I was the busiest neurosurgeon in Philadelphia for my whole career, and some people say the busiest in America. So the question is, if you knew history, if you knew what was going to be important now, if you bought it at the right time, it was affordable. And that's true of most of the cars. The Gullwing Mercedes, I bought that for $3,000. It's now worth $1.5 million. Towards the end of my collecting, when cars got to be very, very expensive, well beyond my means to buy them, I was lucky that I had picked up some really good top-notch cars, which I knew were important historically. Every year, the Academy Awards of the automotive history world are given in London, and we've won more of those awards than any other museum in history. We won Museum of the Year, Car of the Year, the Cobra Daytona Coupe, and Book of the Year, a book we wrote on preservation. We are a preservation-themed museum as well, which is the goal of museums, but most car museums don't value preservation. We have demo days twice a month, during which we take a theme. We have a lecture about that theme and how it relates either to the individual car, to the venue, or to the times, to the historical happenings of the time. And then we take these cars, they're usually 4, and drive them around our 3-acre, we call it a track, in the back. Yeah, tomorrow's demo day is a very interesting one. It's about a racetrack called Spa, which is in Belgium. And we have cars that actually raced at Spa. 2 of them were the actual cars that raced, and 2 of them were identical to cars that raced. We have a Talbot Lago that was built in 1948, and it raced at Spa in 1952. It actually held the pole position. Talbot Lago was a very important French car, and at the time it was made in 1948, it was the most powerful sports car in the world because they started so soon after the war to make powerful cars. Another car is the Cobra Daytona Coupe, which actually set the record when it raced at Spa, 190 miles an hour, which was a record for that time. The other car is the Aston Martin DBR1. This is one of 4 cars that were made. One is a 1962 Ferrari GTO, and the GTO was a great racer during its career. Ours raced at Le Mans, for instance. And the other car is a Mercedes-Benz 300 SL Gullwing coupe. The cars that raced at Spa were a little more, they were the same chassis and design, but they were a little different. However, Mercedes-Benz was such an important Spa car that we wanted to have it included as well. I don't think the mentality in Philadelphia understands what we're trying to do here. Maybe this museum belongs in Europe, and that's where it could possibly end up. I hope that it stays in Philadelphia. It's one of the biggest gifts that's ever been given